Let pass gas, let walk. That's his props. So please don't do it. I don't want to encourage anybody. So new rule. Stop crossing. Y'all ready for your next comic? Got our first treat tonight. We've got the Dr. Mike Ressick, who opened up for Reverend Bob Levy from the Howard Stern Show. So everyone give Bob, Mike Ressick a big round of applause. Mike. That's right. Very generous introduction.
All right, as Brad said, I'm a physician who wants to be a comedian. So there can only be two things. I really, really love making people laugh, and I really, really hate money. Think about it. All right, yeah, well, I'm fascinated by the way drug companies name their products. You know, for example, Ambien. You guys ever hear of Ambien? Okay, so break it down, right? AM is morning, and Bien is, Spanish or French for good. So before you go to bed, you take 10 milligrams, you should have a good morning the next day, right? And Prevacid prevents acid, pretty strict. So why would they name the product Asacol? Is that supposed to treat an acid addiction? And what about Penetrex? They're like penetrate, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Need a pill for that? Alright, speaking about any drug dealers in the house here tonight?
Yeah!
Alright. Because besides you guys and physicians, we're the only ones that can relate to this. I got all these patients coming and asking for these drugs that they just don't need. It's a shame. Alright? Because people on these drugs are always making up all these crazy excuses to get more of these drugs. It's always the good stuff too, Percocet, Oxycontin. Nobody ever loses their stool softeners or vaginal cream. I never got a phone call like this. Hey doc, I need some more vaginal cream. I accidentally frosted the cake with it. I'm not making this up. Alright, I love dive bars. And for those of you who aren't familiar with what a dive bar is, if the bar still has gonorrhea, you're in a dive bar. If you're the only person without a tattoo on your face, you're in a dive bar. But hanging out with dive bars, I don't think that makes me any less of a doctor than those normal doctors. As a matter of fact, I learned all these skills that other doctors can only dream of. Did your doctor treat someone with a penis stuck in a NASCAR souvenir? Yeah, I can. How about curling iron burn on the tongue? No big deal. Seems like And does your doctor know the difference between liquor breath and meth breath? I sure do. Alright, one of the, you guys heard of this guy, Dr. House, right? Yeah, I'm more like Dr. Dive Bar. Alright, one of the big differences between being a doctor and a comedian is, as a comedian, people expect you to tell them jokes, right? But people get really irritated when a doctor tells too many jokes. Could you imagine you're on your 4th day of the worst explosive watery diarrhea you've ever had? Imagine that for a second, let it soak in. And you come rolling into the office. And there I come walking into the room. Everyone at the table. Like, hey, you guys, did you hear that the diarrhea is hereditary? You're like, yo, doc, help me. But yeah, it runs in your genes. It's fucking annoying, huh? It fucking pissed me off. Alright, just today I read a study. Get this. For those of you that anybody here really love cockroaches? Yeah. Cockroaches. Anybody love cockroaches? Well, hear me out here. I read a study today that some doctors in Nottingham, England found out that a cockroach has 9 natural-produced antibodies in its brain. And that's why those suckers could live in those harsh environments and not die. It's crazy. So they're trying to find out ways to, get those in a drug form we can survive in E. coli and immerse. It's fascinating. And I was thinking, yeah, it makes sense. You know, those things live in harsh environments. And I was thinking, well, once they make these drugs, what are we going to call them? Conicillin? Cock block? So when you guys are in the kitchen tomorrow morning and you see one of those little critters running around, don't freak out. Stop down there and give them a little hug and say thank you. Make sure you're living one day. All right, thank you guys very much. You're a great crowd. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Give it up for Dr. Reddick one more time. All right, let's keep this show rolling. Y'all ready for your next comic? This guy's been on stage here a bunch of times, real funny dude. Everyone give Jian Deleon a big round of applause. Jian, come on up. I know I just killed your name, didn't I? Yeah, sorry. So it's Black History Month, if you guys aren't aware. And, you know, May is Asian American History Month as well, but no one can really tell because all the posters look the fucking same. Fuck, Bruno Mars is really blowing up right now. Damn. Everywhere. I'm just kidding. So, February is also Valentine's Day. And, there's two couples I really love seeing around just walking, and one of them is old couples, because, you know, they remind you that love can really last. And the other is ugly couples, because they remind you that love is real. Speaking of love, Levi's, the jean company, they recently released the super tight, not figuratively, like literally tight jean that a lot of bands and musicians are favoring, and they're calling it the ex-girlfriend jeans. And the reason for that, as far as I can gather, is that you try them on, and you know, you take them home with you and they feel like they're really perfect, like you cannot find any better pants that fit, and then you realize your best friend has been wearing them behind your back for 3 weeks. So, speaking of ex-girlfriends, my last girlfriend, I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but, I mean, you know, you see celebrities like Brooklyn Decker, things like that, and, you know, you're like, oh my God, she's hot, and your significant other's like, fuck you, you know? They get super jealous. My last girlfriend broke up with me because she caught me masturbating to a Kirsten Dunst movie. Granted, it was Jumanji, but has she ever been hotter? I mean, that's like her prime. Come on. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with a site called OkCupid. I'm on there, maybe. I really want to admit. It's kind of stupid. And mostly because they're like, what are you looking for? And you can search for short-term, long-term dating activity partners, which is kind of vague, because I don't really like to do activities. I want to search for inactivity partners. Like, you know, I just really want somebody I can just kind of smoke a J with and like watch Netflix. You know, like at the end of the day, I'm just really looking for someone to split a Hulu bow down with. So that's really all I want out of life. And then speaking of dating, you know, my friends are, like, you know, they're being really supportive. They're just like, you know, you just need to go out there and just get messy and, you know, make mistakes. And I'm like, man, you know, you guys are being really good friends, but DC has a really high AIDS epidemic, so you probably should not be telling me to stay positive. Just saying. Man. So I dabbled in poetry. I majored in creative writing at George Mason, which is why I'm here right now, obviously. And I actually used to compete in a poetry slam competition, which is kind of like the Olympics, because win or lose, everyone is either you're going to get fucked in the ass at some point. But anyway, do you guys mind if I just share a poem? I wrote one down. I'm going to share one with you. And this one is called The Lugubrious
wasteful part of my shivering softening on my former lover's mantle. Actually, no, that was work title. The real title is Egregious Trespass is Committed in the Name of Lost Love at 3 o'clock in the morning in the alley behind Sticky Rice. Alright. Try to write a couplet. Fuck it. So, Kevin Costner was recently cast as Pop Kent in the new Superman movie, and it really kind of bothers me just because I hated the last one, when Superman Returns, just because it posits that he can have a kid, and it's just not possible. The nerds have died arguing over whether or not Lois Lane is worthy of a Kryptonian child, and there's this villain, the Superman villain, and his name is Bizarro, and he's essentially the inbred, retarded version of Superman. And his origin, the comics will say, is like he lives on some planet where everything is backwards, or he's a secret experiment gone wrong. I really think he's the bastard child of Superman and his cousin Supergirl. I mean, if you think about it, they're like both attractive, the last of their kind, and they're learning their morals in the middle of nowhere in Kansas from farmers. What do you think was going to happen? All right, I'm Jian. Thanks a lot, guys.
Look at over Jian one more time. I like that he was talking about that OkCupid site. I was really bored at work a few weeks ago. I was fucking around. What's that one where you it like finds your mate for you? Is it eHarmony? Is that it? Right? Anybody done that? Yeah. You do this whole quiz thing. You spend like an hour fucking around with it. It tells you who you're destined to be with. It comes back with no compatibility.